Hello everyone, my name is Sumit and I welcome all of you to DISP Self-Learning Video Broadcast Solution. Today I am going to demonstrate you how to write scripting in Dynamic CRM. So we are going to take a very basic example, and in this scripting example we will be going to see that how to display a gauge in an entity, and based on the user selection, the web resources or the image of that gauge will change. So that's the scenario. So let's see how to do that. So for this we need three images. So I have already downloaded three images. First is in green color, second is in red color, and third one is in yellow color. So first of all, I'm going to add these three images in my CRM application as a web resource, and later on we'll be going to write a scripting code to change the images. So based on the user selection, the images will be changed. So let's see how to do that. So I'll switch to solutions. I'm going to create a new solution. So if you have already created a solution, you can add a web resource into same solution as well, or you can create a new solution from the scratch and then you can add web resources into it. So here you can see in my example, I have already added a solution. So I'm going to update the same solution. I click on this solution, and in this solution, first I'm going to add three web resources which will contain these three images: red, green, and yellow. I click on web resources, and I'm going to add these three resources again. So I click on new, and then I give a name here, red, name red, and upload that file. So file is in .png format. So I look for that file PNG format and upload that file. So it's on my desktop, and look for that images red and save it. So that's one web resource. Like same, we have to add two more web resources, one for green, one for yellow. So I'll select for second one, green, and add a one PNG format, choose file for green, and open, save. Close it, and again we'll add the last web resource, that is for the yellow one. So yellow and yellow dot png, and choose file here and save it. So once all these three web resources are added, red, green, and blue, so I would like to add this. I would like to display these web resources onto my custom form, custom entity. So which custom entity? So I have already created a custom entity as a customer data. So I select, open this custom entity, and in this custom entity, we will be going to customize this form. So I'll customize this form. Click here and click on this record. Open the record. So either we can customize the form by going into the entity, or we can customize the form by adding that entity, first of all, an entity over here, and then we can customize directly from in our solution as well. So both we are okay. So let's customize from here as well. So we have got customer data. So that's the entity where I would like to add that uh, web resource on my form. So I select customer entity, customer data entity, click on forms, open form. and open form editor for custom. So in this form customization, first of all, I'm going to add a new field here. So I click on new field, and in this field, this particular field be an option field where we are going to add three options: red, green, and blue, so that user can change the value. So I write here color options, and it will be an option set, and add the options one by one. First one is red, second one is green, third I add here is yellow, and save and close. Then I need to add that field on the form. So save and close it and open again. Open again for customization. So now I can add that field. I'll go to custom fields and I've got color options. So I select that color option, drag and drop on the form. And along with that, I would like to add a web resource, and in that web resource, we would like to display the images. So I click on insert. We have a web resource option. So I click on web resource link. And in this web resource, first of all, I'll give a name to this web resource. So I'll give a name to this gauge, and the web resource which I want, but the default web resource or the default image I would like to show here is, let's say, green, and OK. So this will add here, and we'll save it and publish it. Publish. So after publishing, we can see the changes, how it would look like on a form, and then we'll add a web resource, a new web resource with a JavaScripting code to update, to change the color over here or the images on this particular form. So I'll switch to my customer data, click on the record. So you can see here it's by default it is showing green, and we have got color options, and from here when we select red, yeah, green or yellow, I would like this to be changed. So for this we need to add a JavaScript code. So again I switch to solutions, and in this solution again I'm going to add a new web resource. Select a web resource and add a new web resource here, and click on new to add a new web resource, and let's give a name to this web resource as a, I'll give color change resource. And select the type would be JavaScript, and in this text editor I would like to add the code. So the code I have already written to save the time, so I just copy paste the code, and I explain this code to you, what is happening in this code. So later on I'll explain it to you. Only we need to make sure is in this code is the names of the fields which we have added. So the web resource name is web resource underscore gauge. So let's go and check it once. So the name of this color options is change properties. Select it, change color options, and let's see the name of this particular field which we have added on our form. So let's check the name. So name of this new color option. So I'll copy this and just modify the, just add in this new color option. So it's almost same. We can test it. It's new color options. It's same. So that's the code to display the different images, various images according based on the selection. OK, and save it. Save and close this code. So you can see the web resource has been added here. Color change resource. This has been added. Now we need to add this, we need to call this web resource and the function on the event of a form. So again, I switch to form. I switch to this form, and in this form, I would like I would like to call that web resource or that function on the change of this particular field. So I select this, click on change properties, and events. First of all, I need to add the form library. So I click on add, and the name of that web resource, the name of that web resource is new color change resource. So I select this web resource, and in this web resource we have a function, and the function name is rating gauge update. So I copy this function and I paste this function on change event of this. I am going to call that function. So on color change. So make sure that the library you have selected the correct library if you have more than one web resources on a particular entity. So OK and OK, save and publish. And once it is published, we'll close it and test it. It's published now. So I save and close this, and same, I'm going to click on publish all customization for this solution, so that if any changes, whatever changes we have made, all the changes will get affected. And I save and close it. So now let's test it. So for testing, I'm going to click on the record, and when I click on the record, I will see that it will display the by default. First of all, it will display as the default web resource here, and now when I click on red, you can see the images is changing. The image is changing. So like this, we can display the new image as a web resource by using a scripting code. Now let's check the code, what's in the code actually. So in this code, first of all, let me modify this. It should be color options. So you can see here, first what I have done, I have created a function here. It's a JavaScript function, rating gauge update. And in this function, I have created a new variable, new instance, selected option, and make it a blank. And in selected option, I extracted the value from the new color option. Basically, new color option is this particular the name of this particular field, and it will get selected option dot text. So whatever is the value, it will store into this selected option. And then I use a switch case, and I pass that selected option variable in the switch case. Then I check here if the case is red, because we have three values, red, green, and yellow. So if it is red, in this, it's a control, it's a web resource control, and in this web resource control, I set the src is equal to xrm page.context.get client url plus web resource new red. This new underscore red is the web resource in our solution. So these are the web resources. If you can see here, we have the name of the web, so new underscore green, new underscore red, and new underscore yellow. So like this, we can change the value of the web resource or display a new image in a web resource by using a JavaScript. So that's all in this video. If you have any queries or if you have any questions, you can visit our website www.bispsolutions.com, or you can subscribe our YouTube channel for more videos. Have a nice day ahead. Goodbye.